Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the My Rays of Light show with me, your host, L.M. Young. Since this is our introduction to radio, we wanted to let our fans and audience know what to expect from us here. My family and I started My Rays of Light as a way to publish, create, promote, and give back to the communities in a loving and giving manner. We strongly believe that giving back is exactly what we were intended to do. When you get back, you receive. One of the businesses that we have is called My Rays of Light Publishing. My Rays of Light Publishing was started when I tried to get my first book published. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be to get it done, and then I didn't realize how costly it could actually be to get it done. So what we did was we created this publishing company with the hopes, with the aspirations to assist independent authors and getting their works published in the most inexpensive way as quickly as possible. We all have a voice. Once we figure out how to use our voice, it is very important that we do so. Thou Art is our independent creative art company. We do portraits on canvas and also create wood carvings, which we call sculptures. They're covered in liquid glass, which preserves them for eternity. They are beautifully done. A lot of work goes into them. A lot of high energy goes into them. My Rays Marketing is another one of our companies. It encompasses everything else that we do. Marketing is very important. In this day and age of social media, it's very important that we use these venues in order to reach our clients, our customers, friends, family, and that's what we do with My Rays Marketing. We offer an extensive range of social media marketing for any and all companies, events, and causes. If you know anyone that might be interested in these services, please contact us at myraysoflight.com. As an author, I have written several poetry books and novels. My first poetry book was The Light of Our Path. This was a very important book for me to write. I was touched by so many things that were going on around us in the world, and I felt like I have to talk about this. We must talk about this, because when you don't talk about things, they don't change. Nothing changes. So that was a very important and pivotal moment for me. My second poetry book was called Children of Mine. This was close to me for a different reason. During that time, there were so many tragedies that were going on that surrounded our children. Children are our future, the future for humanity. And all that I saw happening was children getting killed in car accidents from texting, domestic violence, child abuse, murder. Two pivotal cases for me that really prompted me to write this book was the murder of Trayvon Martin, number one. Deeply saddened me. I was deeply troubled by this event, deeply troubled by it. The only way that I knew to release the anxiety that this event caused was to write about it. If you stay quiet, nothing changes. I also wrote about Amanda Todd. Amanda Todd was a high school student who was bullied for several years. And in the end, she killed herself, but not before. She made a YouTube video telling people that she couldn't take it anymore. I was touched by this girl. I was moved. I was saddened. My anxiety level for this tragic event was overwhelming. And that is how I came to write Children of Mine. Petals of Peace, which is my third poetry book, encompasses every facet of my life. It comes from within my soul. Anything that ever touched anyone, death, life, birth, rape, murder, we see it every day on the news. And I felt like what I need to do is tell everyone that no matter what is going on, you always have hope. There is always that possibility that it's going to get better. As long as you think that it will, it will. My fourth book, My Rays of Light, a 30-day devotional, was really a book about my personal family values. And the personal values I'm talking about these are values. These are things that I value personally. And it's a 30-day walk through life. And for me, it was very important and freeing. It's freeing whenever you talk about truth, not your truth or my truth, but the truth, what we all know to be true. I love this book. It really is. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. The last book that I've written, or the most recent book that I've written, is called In the Blink of an Eye. It's the most personal book I have written, as it is my personal journey through grief after the sudden death of my sister. I think this book is important. I think it is important because death touches us all. It may affect us differently, but it's going to touch us all. And through my writing, through the book, through my journey through this storm we call grief, I found a way to have thoughts of her and not punish myself for having thoughts of her. I found a way not to be angry at myself for laughing or smiling, and I think that is very important in life. All of these books are available at the website, ourraysoflight.com, and also on Amazon. It is also available there on Kindle. As a woman, I had faced different adversities in my life. I had been living with the daily effects of this demon called lupus for many years. It is a struggle. Anyone that has lupus will tell you it is different for everyone. But for everyone, it is a struggle. It alters something about your life. I also, a few years ago, I was a victim of extreme domestic violence. It was a journey not easily traveled. And unfortunately, 1 in 3 women know this journey. The goal of this show is to take all of these facets of my journey, along with our special guests and detailed research, to share, educate, and pave the way for all who wish to continue the journey with me. I'm active on Facebook and Twitter, so please feel free to reach out to me there. On Facebook, you can reach me at www.facebook.com/lm.young.9. And on Twitter, you can reach me at twitter.com/lightrays1, the number 1. I wanted to personally thank May We Help You Radio for offering a platform and producing our show. Now, for the show today, our first guest will be Marcia Sneed-Williams. Marcia Sneed-Williams is a personal family friend. She's a wonderful, absolutely fabulous woman. She truly is. Anyone who knows her will tell you such. We call her the Butterfly Queen because she is. She is a life coach, transformation specialist, speaker, motivator, founder of Real Woman Empowerment Project, Sisters of Power, and African American Women's Alliance. Join me in welcoming Marcia Sneed-Williams. Hi, Marcia.
Good evening, Jen. Hey, Jen. Good evening. Good evening. I'm so excited to be here, and congratulations on your first show. Long time coming. And you know I'm a fan of yours as well.
You know, I'm so excited to have you. You know, it's like the first person I could think of that I wanted to have on the show was, I have to have Marcia. She's family.
Oh, well, you know, my affection goes both ways. I love you, and I love your reading and your writings. I mean, I love your writings, and I just your whole spirit and your frame of thought, Jen. And you know, that's what really connected us. Sisters of Power, Jen. For those of you who don't know out in the radio land, we have never physically met, but we are sisters of the heart and true queens. And Jen gifted me with something amazing about a year ago, and that was a website honoring one of the projects, one of the groups, organizations I started, and that was Sisters of Power. And Jen, I am forever grateful to you for that. I mean, it was just one of the best gifts anyone could ever give, you know, as a motivator, as a coach, as a transitional specialist. You want to know that people kind of hear you and get what you're saying, and what made it so cool between us is that you got it, you know, and I'm just loving my life has been changed forever.
You know, it was really a pleasure to do it. It was a pleasure to do it. It's always a gift to be able to give back, you know, and especially to give back to people that are always still trying to give back, you know. So it's like a circle. It's the circle of life. We're supposed to give back. You know, it's a wonderful thing. You have some really exciting things happening right now. I heard the greatest things about the Women on Water event. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I was invited to appear at this amazing event that's going to occur this Saturday. And the woman who invited me, her name is Benita Johnson. Benita Johnson owns a beautiful restaurant here, a very unique restaurant. It's actually on a boat. It's called Facets here in Richmond, Virginia. Benita is just a wonderful entrepreneur and businesswoman and a true queen. And she's also friends with a woman by the name of Rita Ricks, who is also a life coach. And Benita had this vision of putting on this event that would empower women, that would, you know, embrace queens and allow us an opportunity to share, you know, what we have inside with women during this very, you know, this holiday season where everyone's going crazy and we're trying to shop and do all these different things, but really just taking time for ourselves. And she invited me to be a part of the platform, so I'm so honored. I'm really excited to bring my thoughts and my feelings and my love to Richmond, Virginia. So it's a really awesome event that's going to occur. And it's good. I mean, it's one price. You get 2 meals and the beverages. They're from what I understand, we have some of the most dynamic women attending. But not just that, there's vendors. So it's just an overall relaxing day, an empowering day for women, a chance to network and, you know, really do that clean circle thing.
And that's located in Richmond, Virginia?
Richmond, Virginia. The name of the restaurant is called Flatheads. I can have the street address for you soon. I'm traveling, so my phone won't do 2 things at once. But before the end of the show, I will have the actual address. I just learned my way there. I'm a GPS queen because I'm new to Richmond. But it's a wonderful, wonderful venue. And we've been there, the Real Women Empowerment Project, we made that our honorary home, our home stop. So we go there and we break bread and we kind of socialize there. So it's a great place. So a woman-owned business at that. So, yeah, but the event's going to be awesome. I'm getting psyched up for it. And what I want to talk about are some things that are very close to me, and that's transition. You know, change automatically triggers transition. And I was asked to speak on relationships, and I'm going to tie that in with how relationships are ever-changing and how we have to ever understand the cycles and the positions we're in to manifest that change and navigate our way through it. So I'm going to share some of my tips and tidbits on how we get through these ever-changing events that occur in our lives. And, Jen, I want to just go back to you. I know this is your show, but your books are so motivating. And I often refer to a lot of the things you say, and you motivate me in the middle of the night because you and I are like night owls. We're up all night.
We are.
And I don't know, there's a twin flame thing going because I'm feeling something. I'll look and you post it, or I've read it in one of your books. And so what we do, we must continue to do because that's what our Creator has fueled us to do, you know. And
exactly.
I just didn't want to, you know, I did not want to leave this show without saying thank you for your writings and just the inspiration you give me.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Yeah, it's always nice when someone reads something that you've written and they get something like that out of it. It's a blessing. It's like the blessing that keeps on giving to you.
Yeah.
So the women on water event, are there seats still available for that?
There are seats available, but what I understand, the seating is limited because it is on the boat, and I do believe they've been selling pretty quickly, so I'm very excited by the response. But no, you can still get your tickets now. I wouldn't want to wait to pay at the door, but you can take a chance and do that. Flatheads is known for their wonderful sandwiches, and the Flathead, what I learned, is a fish. So it was actually named after a fish. And here's the address, Jen. I have it now.
Okay.
And it's Flatheads Restaurant, 3125 Wharf Street. It's right on the dock on James River near Rockets Landing, and it's right in Richmond, Virginia. So it's 3125 Wharf Street. But the event is going to be powerful. Rita Ricks brings her own flavor and her own take on things with regards to just the need to connect spiritually and with our world. And as I say, also one of the great things about this event is it's a well-rounded event because we'll be talking about relationships, we'll talk about business, but also we will offer an opportunity to pitch it. It's going to be a pitch it event. You can come and pitch your idea. And in pitching your idea, we get to kind of critique and tell you how, what it sounds like. Because, sometimes we come up with the greatest of ideas in the middle of the night, and it sounds like it'll work. But, what better way to kind of showcase what you want to do than in a circle of queens who love you, who want to see you succeed. So pitch it could really be a big part of that afternoon.
Mm-hmm. It sounds wonderful. It really does. It really does sound like a nice thing to do. I've seen the pictures of the boat and everything. It's real nice.
Oh, it's so much fun. And we're going to get you to Richmond one day. We're going to get you. We're working on that. I promise you that you're going to spend the night in a peaceful place and we're going to hang out. So I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun.
And also, I wanted to thank Shay Williams. He draws. I know he's a part of your business. He does the most wonderful portraits and sculpting, and he just overwhelmed me by doing not just myself, but my entire family, all my girls, and I just love his work, and he's working on a new piece for me, so I cannot wait to see that. And people, I'm telling you, if you go on my Facebook page and you see a sketch of me, I'm going to post it, you can order. And they're the most amazing pieces of work, and it's just a wonderful thing to have, So I didn't want to go off the air without mentioning that as well.
He is an incredible talent. He really is. He's an amazing talent,
Yeah.
And he is working on that thing for you because I've seen it. It looks great. It looks great.
Oh gosh, I don't know. But I'm excited. Anything he does, I'm just trusting him because I know he loves me.
He does. He does. Absolutely, he does. So we're getting ready to take our first commercial break. So when we come back, we will discuss your brand new project. I'm so excited about that.
Wonderful.
So I hope that everyone will stand by, and we're back in a few more minutes. Thank you for joining the My Rays of Light show with L.M. Young.
Slantress, a noun meaning a woman with a vision and the heart to follow it. Slantress focuses on inspiring and supporting the growth of Black women, but is open to all women by using this publication as a vehicle that assists in the fostering of self-progression. This publication does not speak for every woman, but will work to provide the voices and slant of as many as possible. Get your subscription today at slantress.com. That's SLANTRESS.com.
Welcome back to the My Rays of Light show. I'm your host, L.M. Young. If you just joined us, we were talking to Marsha Sneed-Williams. We were talking about her Women on Water project, or event, that's coming up on December 21st. Marsha, welcome back.
Thank you. I've been enjoying the show so much. The Women on Water project event, Saturday. As I stated before, I'm so excited by it, and it's going to really be a great thing, So we look forward to ladies come on out and network and, let's do the queen thing and let's talk about some things that we really need to discuss in our communities and within our circles. And as I stated, Jen, I'm going to talk about relationships now. We need to build better ones between ourselves and other women. And, and I think happy women make happy men, happy families, and we'll make a whole happy planet if we really put some energy towards that. So that's some of the things I'll be talking about on Saturday. But I understand, too, it's going to be a really beautiful day Saturday. We're supposed to go up to almost 70 here in Richmond.
Wow.
So,
that'll be nice. That'll be nice.
Yes,
They should take lots of pictures so we can post them.
Oh, yes. I'm the Facebook picture poster, so I'm going to do that. I'll definitely post some pictures, and I just think it's nice to let people know some good things that are going on in your life, and that's why, I enjoy social media in that respect. That's one of the good things. It helps us to do what we do and get our word out.
So I agree with you. You know that, of course, I agree with you, that the conversation should always present itself. We should always open up for the conversation. Through that, you have learning through love and, collaboration and more understanding. When we begin loving ourselves more, we become more lovable. Once you open yourself up to love, it pours into you. It just pours into you.
It's true, Jen. I read your books, and you talk about, that's the foundation of everything that you present is about. It's love. The basis is love. And I think sometimes people are just so hurt, so torn, and so battered. And, I often refer to myself at times as a broken butterfly, but understanding that love prevails. Love is the most important thing that you can embrace on this planet. That's what keeps me going, and I know that's what, fueled the writing of your book for your sister, and the honor that you and the tribute you paid to her life, was the love that you shared with her.
Exactly.
So love is definitely the root of everything. And so I'll be talking on the boat about love and loving. And I'm definitely going to have you on my mind, Jen. I might pull out some of those quotes out of your book.
Feel free.
Thank you.
It's a great thing. It really is. It's really great whenever you can share someone that no one knows. When you can share, I share her. It's my dedication to her. It's the way that I embrace her by sharing not just her, but how the part that she played in my life. It's important. Sometimes we can be stuck in that place of grief. We can be stuck there, and we can forget that you have love inside of you because they planted it when they met you. You have that seed. All you have to do is claim it. It's yours. It's for you. It's for you to give to other people. So hopefully.
And I definitely feel that, Jen. I remember you coaching me through the midnight hours. We're up on Facebook and I'm feeling blah, and you'll definitely say something to me. We'll have these long, drawn-out conversations all night till about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But I feel so much better because what you're saying is true. It makes sense, and death is a part of life. Death is inevitable. It was the emptiness, it's the brokenness that we feel that we don't have to maintain. We have to figure out what we need to do, so that we can move on in love, because that's not honoring that person by staying broken and battered. And, I think that one of our connections is, Jen, that not only that we love each other and we're queens, but, we've suffered some major losses in our lives, and so have other people. But the fact that you share and talk about them, is really the healing part of it. And that's what I do as a transition coach. Everyone uses the word life coach. I think sometimes it's overused, because how can you coach someone through life? I can just tell you what I do. So I like this new term that was given to me by another queen sister, transition specialist. But I have been through many transitions in my life. So as a transition specialist, I can tell you especially how Marsha handles transition.
Right.
And that's what your book reflects, the transition. How do you handle it? How do you change it? But, Jen, just keep writing. I mean, it's so motivational. I'm so happy that you're on the air now,
Oh,
get to hear your voice.
I really, really want to hear. I got the greatest news today. They were telling me that Marsha is getting a television show. And I thought, are you serious? I cannot wait to hear about this. I'm so excited.
We've been keeping it under wraps because I have to say to myself, Marsha's doing a television talk show. It has been a long dream of mine, my lifetime dream, actually, to really create a platform. Not necessarily that I was going to be a talk show host, but I'm sitting here looking at the advertisement that this amazing sister, Queen Letitia McDougal did, and I'm just almost in tears. You have these dreams in life, and I always wanted to create a platform where we can positively discuss things that need to be addressed, that need to discuss. And, I'm very comfortable in talking about things about my life, but I want to have a platform where I can invite some real women to talk about real things, where we can, talk about relationships. We can talk about sex. We can talk about how we navigate our way through this life together, and I thought it would be great to have a platform where we showed women in a positive light, not just African-American women, but women of all backgrounds, all hues, just a woman's place, where we can talk about the things that are important to us. So, yes, coming soon, the Real Woman Empowerment Project show featuring Marsha Sneed Williams, the Butterfly Queen, that's me, on Comcast Cable and Verizon, and our premiere show begins on May 15th of this year, so I'm so excited. My first show, I believe, if I'm not revealing too much, I'm going to have all of the Queen Sisters of the Real Women Empowerment Project on.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, I'm excited, and I have an amazing director of the show, which is Queen Sister Letitia McDougal, who is just an amazing talent. She's just the girl can walk on water in my eyes at this point.
She's wonderful. She really is. Yeah, I agree.
She's really great. But I do want to give you the website where you can come and check out what's going on with the Real Woman Empowerment Project, and that's the www.therealwomanempowermentproject.com. And you can join us. You can see not just what I'm doing, but what all the queens are doing, because there are 14 of us queens who have decided to hold hands and navigate our way through life together. Recently, we had more people added to the page because I made a faux pas. We looked up, we had a whole bunch of people in our midst. But but yes, it's basically 14 of us, and we have some new queens who joined us. But Real Women Empowerment Project will be basically showcased via Comcast Digital Cable, with myself being the host, and I'm looking forward to some really juicy conversations on healing and health, and just all the things that we need to talk about. And just to reveal a little teeny bit, one of the shows will feature me, the Butterfly Queen, with a bunch of kings, no women, just me asking the kings all the deep, juicy stuff we want to know as queens. And then another show will be, we're actually going to have a wedding formed by the Broom Lady, who is, of course, a queen sister of ours, Queen Anita Satiafa Green. I always say every name of hers. But our Satiafa is an amazing author, and she's a good dear friend of ours, but she's also the Broom Lady. So she'll be on the show, and Jen will be talking to you about your books and health and the things we need to do in dealing with our illnesses. Both of us we share so many things in common. We have an illness, a similar illness that we share. Yours is a little bit more serious than mine, but nonetheless, we're depending on care for the rest of our lives. And we're going to talk about those things. How do we live like this? What do we do? And how do we make life as abundant as it needs to be? So that platform is going to be awesome. Our Queen Deb Bynum-Billups is our Francis Magazine publisher and editor. She going to have her on the show, Jeanette Paruto, Sarita Gunn. Every queen that we had, Deb Hansen will be our dealing with meditation and relaxation. Majida Day, I'm inviting on. I'm not sure what Majita's going to do. Majita's our fiscal queen, and we're going to have her talk about some things. I want to create a platform for all of us dynamic queens to have our say, to have our court. And so it's going to be an amazing layout. I hope I haven't missed it. Oh, Daphne Higgins, one of our new queens. Tony Alexander, who is our photographer, our resident photographer, and Eugenia Sneed, our entrepreneur. She is our, you ever watch Charlie's Angels? Well, she's Charlie. She runs us all from the back office, and she's amazing. And Iris Porter, Iris Porter, the director of Smart Cookie Learning Center. So I hope to be able to bring every queen on and showcase our beauty, our strength, and our give back. And I hope I did not miss one queen at all. Gosh, yes, I did. I missed my partner, my main partner, Asia D. Smith. That's our domestic violence advocate, and my partner in Purple Rain. She's the CEO and founder of Purple Rain Social Services, and my dear friend, my love, and we've been there, we've been together forever. And I did say Deborah Bynum-Billups, and I'm being helped by a queen, Denita Santiago, who's making sure I don't miss anything. But I'm so happy to be on the show this evening. I said, Tony Street, I got everybody. I think I did, didn't I, Jen?
I think you got everybody.
I've been doing this rundown for a year now, so I think I'm getting better each time.
It sounds like a fabulous thing. I can't wait to watch it. I cannot wait to watch it. And we'll make sure that we have you back before it airs so that we can talk about it again, keep it fresh in people's minds. Marsha, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. My first show was very important. It was very important to me to have you on the show because you know that my family simply adores you. Thank you so very, very much.
You're welcome. I'm excited for you, girl, and I know it's going to be, it's just going to just blow up through the roof. You have so much to say, and we need more powerful and positive people on the airwaves. So thank you again so much, and I love you.
I love you too. Jen. I love you too.
So see you soon, and take care.
Thank you. I would now like to introduce to you Jo Chancellor. She is co-founder of a great organization that she's promoting right now, and I wanted to give her a chance to talk about it. I think it's an absolutely fabulous charity organization. Jo, thank you so very much for joining me today.
For having me.
I'm so excited whenever I read about the organization. I thought I have got to have them on the show because this is so important. This is so important. You want to tell our audience a little bit about what you're doing?
Well, the name of it is Have a Heart for the Homeless, and we service single women and single men because we know that most times around the holidays, people are going to make sure that the kids are taken care of and a mom and her family. But oftentimes we forget about the single men and the single women that's in the trench homeless, and we just try to provide a family and friend setting for them on Christmas Eve.
The homeless situation has gotten to be so crazy. I was reading some numbers saying that, and I thought it was North Carolina, but I could have been wrong about this state. The homeless children, school-age children, the amount elevated in a year to 200% higher than what it was the previous year. And that's just a devastating number.
Yeah, that's because of foster care. They usually will let the kids stay to 21. Now, at 18, if they haven't built a bond with the foster parents, then they're forced to go out, out into the world. And some of them, they already didn't come from a steady foundation anyway. So now they're homeless. So it's crazy.
It is. I was telling someone the other day that when I leave my house to go to the store, I pass at least 6 or 7 homeless people every day, no matter what the weather is like, no matter how cold it is. And there was one day where it was like 19 degrees, and they're still out there. And you're thinking, these people don't have a place to live. There are people that complain about not having cable or a cell phone, and these people don't have a bed. These people don't have a bed. It's deeply troubling. It's deeply troubling. Yeah. Your organization it's so gracious in what it's doing, because there are all these drives that you're doing, the jean drive, the shoe drive. Can you tell us a little bit about the drive that you're doing?
Yeah, pretty much we petition the community to join our efforts to bring in gently used as well as new warm clothing, coats, boots, jeans, toiletries, as well as gloves, hats, socks, and scarves, because we always want to have something to gift wrap for them. That's the most important thing about Christmas, pulling the paper off of the gift. So we make sure that we have something to gift wrap as well, so they can feel, like it's really Christmas for them. We have people that serve them, because it's all about their day. We try to do it like a Christmas party at work, just making them feel, warm and appreciated.
Exactly.
And we try to humanize the homeless, because so often people try to write them off as being human, write them off as being people. They matter, too. They are our doctors and our professors, our hard-working women and men that just, fell upon a struggle, and it forced them into the street, So everybody that's homeless, they aren't bad people. I learn from them all the time.
I have to tell you that is a very important point to make, because when you look at someone that's homeless, I think that you're right about that. People look at them with a label, but really, if you think about it, that could be anybody minus a few paychecks.
Yeah.
It's a situation that happens more often than people realize. There are people that served in the military that come back from war and are homeless.
Yeah.
It's a trend. It's awful, and I just really appreciate all that you're doing. Tell me, how is it having a sponsor like Mama J's return to be a contributor to your cause?
Well, it's just a joy I go there often, and the food is so delicious, so we want to make sure that we provide the same thing that we eat for the homeless, I know it's people all year round that do different things to feed them, and they're pulling things together, concocting meals so that they can eat, and we appreciate that, but we just wanted to present them with the best. So this year we're partnering with an organization called Feed the City, and they serve over 1,500 around Thanksgiving, 1,500 homeless people around Thanksgiving. So they're partnering with us, bringing on lobster and steak and shrimp, and that's just our desire for them to have the best tasting and have the opportunity to eat whatever they want to eat, just like we have the luxury as we go every day. So I'm excited, that they have decided to partner with us, because it's not very often that, unfortunately, today, some organizations, they don't feel like, it's good to partner, but I feel total opposite. If there's somebody doing what I do, I like to work together. We're still helping somebody. So,
exactly. There is power in numbers. You know, there's power in numbers. We're supposed to be collaborating together. You know, if you collaborate, then everyone has a little bit of something to give, and the project becomes larger. Yeah.
And I must say, they are giving us a life jacket because the community had started moving slow this season for some reason, and it's like everything that we didn't have, everything we desire to have at this time, they're coming right on in and fulfilling those needs. So I'm excited, you know, about that. We have some good people that come on board and take on the organization, like Tiffin Candy. They do delicious sweets. I tell her she has a ministry with that, because one thing about people, when we eat sweet, it makes us smile and feel good.
It does. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does. Yeah, I was telling someone the other day about that, about peppermint. Always makes me smile. I don't know why. It does.
So, yeah, the Real Women Empowerment Project, you know, they came in full speed ahead, and immediately, as soon as we partnered up, they started sending women over, cleaning boots and gift wrapping things. I mean, just with a smile, just was glad to be doing it. And I love to be around movers and shakers. You know, I want to thank Miss Marsha and Sarita and Miss Jeanette and all the other wonderful women a part of that. You know, anytime we can get women to pull together, you know, and be on a team together, that's a great thing, because the dynamic of woman to woman, normally we don't treat each other the right way, you know, and that's something I stand for, women working together.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
So how can we contact you if we want to donate, or we want to possibly volunteer?
Right now, we're definitely seeking volunteers for this week. The hours of 11 to 8 p.m. Up until Monday. They can call me 804-909-4090. We need people to come in and sort through clothing, gift wrap, help pack them up, and the preparation part of it is the most important, preparing. To go over and distribute everything. So we meet up at Design Detail, 2900 West Clay, and we just welcome anybody who has a heart for the homeless to come on board and join our efforts.
And do you have a Facebook page also?
Huh?
Do you have a Facebook page also?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. Have a Heart, the number 4, the homeless. I must mention the co-founder, Janice E. Estep, we started the organization together 5 years ago, just wanting to do something for someone. So it's grown. Paradise Lounge, they opened our doors to us, and, you know, now we are partnership. So I'm excited about how God is pulling his people together to take care of his flock.
Exactly. You know, I think you're doing a really great thing. You really are. And I applaud you for it. More people should get involved in this way. And you're accepting donations in Richmond, Virginia, correct?
Yes, Richmond, Virginia. We've taken gently used as well as new, and clean gently used items.
Right, of course. Yes. Thank you so much for being on my show today.
I want to thank you for having me, and continued success to you.
Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure, I was really glad that you were able to work your time in so you could come in and speak with me tonight.
Of course.
We're going to go to commercial. But, again, I want to thank you so much for being on my show today.
Thank you, and you good luck and much success to you, and hopefully I'll be on soon with one of my books.
Please do.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay?
Bye-bye.
Thank you. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Incarceration doesn't just affect the one behind bars. It affects everyone. Here's your chance to let others know that being locked up leaves others locked down on the outside, hurting emotionally, economically, and spiritually. We want to know how you feel. Go to www.lovelockdownseries.com and make your creative voice heard. LoveLockdownSeries.com. We are listening.
Welcome back to the My Rays of Light show. I'm your host, L.M. Young. For those of you just tuning in, we just got done talking to Joe Chancellor with the Have a Heart for the Homeless organization, a great organization in Richmond, Virginia, trying to give back to the homeless men and women, children in the area. Perfect time for us to talk about giving back. Giving back is the most important thing we could possibly do in this life. I was saying earlier in the show, if you were tuning in, you will know that when I leave my house and I'm going to the store and I'm passing 5 or 6 homeless people, 6 or 7 homeless people, carrying signs, homeless, disabled father, single father, just out there in the freezing cold, and it's really, really cold outside. It's really cold outside, and homelessness is something that affects more people than we may want to know. We may have an image in our mind as to what a homeless person looks like. We even may have an idea in our mind of how it came to happen like that. Maybe they didn't plan things well. Maybe they didn't invest well. Maybe they didn't do this or didn't do that. But the truth is that homeless is something that could happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone. It could happen to a doctor, a lawyer. You don't have to be this bum that everyone has this image of and think that he or she does not want to work. They don't want a job. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. And it's one of the things that we do that separate us from them. Because the truth is that who wouldn't want a warm bed to sleep in? Who wouldn't want to be warm when it's 19 degrees outside? Who wouldn't want shelter from the sun when it's 102 degrees outside? Who would really choose this? Whenever we look at these people, we have to understand that they are just like us. They are just like us. They are men and women, children that are struggling, and we all are struggling with something. Very important to give back, not just during the holidays, not just during Thanksgiving or Christmas, not just past the New Year's, but these people that are homeless on Christmas Day are also going to be homeless on January 2nd. It's very important that we focus our energy on helping everyone, not just the people that we like. Not just the people that we like, because understand that we find reasons not to like people. We have got to embrace one another. We have got to find a way to find some happy medium for everyone. Love is abundant. We are born with it. We're born with it. It's inside of you. It's inside of you. And all you're supposed to do is give it out because it's abundant. It's abundant. It's like oxygen. It's like oxygen. You don't have to wonder if you're going to get another dose of oxygen. It just happens. Love is the same way. Love is the same way. We are supposed to give back. We are supposed to uplift. We are supposed to help one another. Because there might be a day where you need help, and this moment will come back to your mind. Even if you don't have money to give, volunteer your time. Volunteer your smile. Volunteer your kindness, because kindness heals. It heals. People may think that it doesn't. They may think that, what good is it going to do if I smile at someone that is homeless? What is that going to give them? Let me tell you, it will give them hope. It will give them hope in a humanity that has been shunning them. It gives them hope that better days are coming, because that smile you gave them today, they didn't get that yesterday. They didn't get that yesterday. That smile, that handshake, that pat on the back, that I bless you, I love you, good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening. They're considered simple kindnesses, but why do we keep them all inside of us? What are we keeping inside of us? What are we afraid of doing? These people are individuals just like you and me. Give back. Give back into the world. Give back. You are going to move mountains when you do that. You are going to move mountains. There are people that are struggling that just want to know that they are not alone. They're not alone in this fight. They're not alone. They're not alone in the struggle. They are not alone. We are working ourselves on doing some projects for the homeless in the Atlanta, New York, and Dallas, and Florida area. We're working on this ourselves also. I don't want to give special thanks to Robin, It's Okay, and Nadia for all of their efforts and trying to help us as well. It's very important that we find a way to give back to this world, even if it's something small. It's something bigger than what they had yesterday. Very important. I don't particularly care for the word charity because it seems like there's no hope. I don't know what it is about the word that kind of aggravates me or bothers me or makes me feel uneasy. I don't really care for the word charity. But lifting up, I can deal with. I want to lift you up. I want to tell you that tomorrow is your chance to do better than you did today. Tomorrow when you wake up, just decide today is going to be a great day. And then you share that greatness with everyone you come in contact with. Every person that passes by you, emit that greatness, emit that love, emit that kindness and joy and thoughtfulness on everyone that you meet. You can make a difference in everyone's day. You just have to decide. You just have to decide, this is who I'm going to be today. This is how it's going to be. Today is going to be a great day, and it's going to be a great day because I said so. I said it's going to be a great day, so therefore it has to be. It can't be any less. It's important to give back. It is important to know that there are people that are struggling, and you may be all that they have. You may be all that you have. It's important. It's important whenever we see the tragedies that are happening around us that we learn that we have a responsibility in this life to give back to those that cannot help themselves. Whenever we are gracious in that way, whenever we have that humility, and we are humble in that way, we are embracing a Creator that loves us all. We did not come from a place that says, if you are of this race, this religion, this gender, this sexual orientation, that I don't love you. We didn't come from that. We created those ideas. We didn't come from that. Love everyone. Love everything. Everything. Because as much as you want to matter, so do they. There are people that are living out on the streets, and it is winter. I think New York got 4 inches of snow today, and there are people that do not have a place to live. There are people that don't have anything to eat. There are people that do not have any place warm to go. Really think about these ideas because it's real and it's serious. There are people living out in the snow that don't have any place to go. And guess what? They're not welcome to go into a restaurant and sit down. They're not welcome to go into McDonald's to sit down to get warm. They're not welcome. If you can't pay to eat there, you have to leave. Why? Because you're an eyesore to everyone else. Think about this. This could happen to anyone. This could happen to anyone. And it is happening not only to adult men and women, but it is happening to children. There are children that do not have a place to live that still go to school. Even though they don't have a place to study, they don't have a place of their own at all. And in most schools, you have to have a computer to even do the work. I'm talking about children that don't have a place to live. They don't have a car. They don't have an apartment or a house. They don't have a shed. They don't have a tree to sleep under. They don't have anything. So organizations like Have a Heart for the Homeless is a great organization. I suggest that everyone get behind that if they're able, even if you cannot give. Even if you cannot give, if you don't have anything to donate, if you don't have clothes or shoes or coats or anything or blankets to donate your time. Go there and volunteer. Go to a soup kitchen. Volunteer. Touch these people's lives. Let them touch yours. We learn so much from people that we think we don't know, we don't want to know. They can tell you so much. They will tell you so much, and all that they really want is a moment of your time. A moment of your time Just say hello. Just tell them you matter. You matter to me. No matter what the world says, you matter to me. These are not people unlike us. They're not unlike us. They're exactly like us. Some of them are very successful, have very successful careers. Things happen. Things go wrong. People get laid off or they get fired. They become disabled. They get divorced. Someone dies. And any of these things can cause everything that you think that you have to go away. It's important that we know that our position here on this earth is to give back. Give back. You only have something to gain from that. It doesn't cost you anything but a moment. It's just a moment in time, a moment that says, let me help you out the door. Let me hold this door open for you. Do you want me to carry your bags to your car for you? Good morning. Good afternoon. How was your day? And actually listen to what they tell you. How often are you asked, how are you doing? And have the person walk away when you're getting ready to tell them how you are doing. Make time for the conversation. Make time. Make time because they matter just as much as you do. They have concerns just like you do. They are surviving this life just like you are. They are getting up every day off of the ground, off of a cot, out from under a tree, out from a homeless shelter. They're getting up every day just like you are, trying to decide how to make today different than yesterday. How do I make today different than yesterday? How do I change things for myself? We've all had those bad days. We've had those bad moments where we've argued with someone that we love, or we have had wasted moments of arguing over very trivial things. And the next day you just decide, you know what? Today I'm not going to argue with him about that. That doesn't even matter. That does not even matter. How can I make our day better today? And these people that are living on the streets think the exact same thing. How can I make my life better today? Can you imagine the humility that it must take to stand on a corner and hold a sign saying, I will accept anything? Can you imagine? I know people that will not ask for directions. And these people are asking for anything that you can spare. Anything that you can spare, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a dollar. They're asking for anything, and that takes a great degree of humility. It's a great degree of humility. It's not an easy thing to do. And it's even harder whenever it's 19 degrees outside with 4 inches of snow. Even harder, but they don't have a choice. We're inclined to want to not look at these people. We're inclined to drive past them, look straight forward, don't make eye contact, don't look at them at all. Please don't let them talk to us. This is our inclination. And I don't think that that's our inclination because they don't matter. I think it's an inclination because if you look deep enough into their eyes, you can see yourself. And if you see yourself in that situation, it can be very disheartening. So what is the message I'm trying to give you about this is don't think of them as a number. Don't think of them as a statistic. Do not think of them as a label. They are people. They are human beings, exactly like you are, exactly like I am. And we have a duty, a responsibility to love each other. Love each other. Love one another. It is so important. It is so important that we give back, that we are showing compassion, love, compassion. It is a necessity in life. It is a necessity in this life. How can you give back? How can you? The economy is tight. The economy is really tight. It is. It's any little thing that you could possibly do. anything that you could possibly do. You know, and not just in that regard, but for people in general, not just homeless people. Read to children in the library. You know, libraries do that. I mean, how many people actually go to the library anymore? There are actually libraries where people go and read books to children. Go to a school and read a book to a child. You know, volunteer. Volunteer your time. Volunteer your effort. You know, volunteer your services. You know, if you know someone that is looking for a job and you happen to know about a job, call them. Call them. Let them know. You know, I know these people here are hiring. These people here are hiring. Everyone wants to know that they are not alone. They want to know that they aren't alone. And it is up to us to show them that they aren't. It's up to us. It's a responsibility. It's a duty. It's a gift. It's a gift. When you give to anyone, it is a gift for them and for you. It's a random acts of kindness. Shouldn't be an oddity. It shouldn't be unusual. It shouldn't be unique. Random acts of kindness should be expected. It should be expected that I am going to be kind to you. It should be expected. It's my place. It's my responsibility. It's my duty. It's my job. All of these things are my responsibility. It's my responsibility to be kind to you and loving, forgiving. It's important to be forgiving because forgiving does something for the forgiver. It does something for you. It does. It does something for you. It warms your heart. It warms your heart. It makes you flourish. You grow. It gives you growth. It gives you growth. And everyone can do this. I know that we think that we can't. I know that we think that we can't do this. But we can. We just have to choose it. We have to choose. We have to choose to lay down our defenses. We have to choose that we are going to be our greater selves. We're going to evolve. We are going to grow. We are going to become something better than we were yesterday. Not better than another person, but be better than yourself. The only obstacle you should ever have is being better than you were yesterday. It's your goal. It should be your goal. It should be your goal. So it's imperative that we look at people, look at them. Do not look through them. Do not look past them. Look at them. Look at them. Tell me. You know, what do you see when you see these people? What is it that you see? It's very important. That's why I invited Joe Chancellor on our show, is because her organization, Have a Heart for the Homeless, is extremely organized. It's extremely organized. She was saying earlier that Chris Brown's organization had donated some shoes. It's important that we give back. It's important that we embrace and help assist the ones that are giving back. It's important. So all you have to do today is decide how you're going to do something different tomorrow. What's going to be different tomorrow? You know, how can you help? You can help someone across the street. You can, like I said, offer to take some of the groceries to their car. Open a door for someone. Smile. Say hello. You know, strike up a conversation with someone that you don't know. Get involved. There are lots of organizations that give back. Become part of one of them. Become part of something greater than yourself. It's a movement. It's a movement. Anytime you start giving back, you're going to be the single person there. That's always how it happens. It's how it happens. The ocean was created with a single drop of water. A beach was created with a single grain of sand. It didn't start with so much water, with so much sand. It didn't start that way. It never started that way. You have to take the first step. You have to take that baby step. And then you'll be surprised at how many people want to step with you. All they want is for someone to say, you know what I want to do? I want to do this. That's how all the greatest ideas got started. All the greatest ideas got started no one ever really wanted to do. They all got started by someone deciding, this is what I am going to do today. This is how I am going to make a difference. This is what I am going to do. And on this topic, I'm going to share with you a poem that I've written called Consider This. It's a world of indifference in a world constantly at war. Consider living in peace and striving for more. Consider our neighbors who are starving. Watch as they are dying every day. And consider becoming more involved before you sit on your knees to pray. Consider a world with more freedom. Consider another's point of view. And while you are pointing a finger at them, know that God is watching you too. Consider how it would feel to be battered, made to be a spectacle in your own home. Consider what it's like living in fear, so bad that you always feel alone. Consider what it's like to be homeless, with no hope in sight, losing the sight of your dreams. What would you think about at night? Consider being prosecuted for your religion, even if you are always seeking peace. Imagine not remembering when you last had water to drink. Consider not only having no cable or cellular phone, but having no bed, no roof over you, no place to call home. Imagine carrying a sign saying, I will work for food, while people laugh or worse, ignore, leaving you feeling misunderstood. Consider the real strength that it takes to live in that way. And imagine right now, it could be you one day. Consider being a child beaten or neglected and watching adults around you observe. Imagine how it would make you feel, like it's a life you somehow deserve. Consider loving one another as if it was a natural thing, and putting aside your anger and material things. Consider every time you did something, you received a divine nod, and you wouldn't have to worry when you came face to face with God. Consider setting aside your differences and seeking justice for those souls who cannot do for themselves, no matter what their goals. Imagine someone looking down on you and without a second look, deciding you were unworthy, a common criminal, a crook. Consider how our behavior can lift up our fellow man or tear down his hopes. Imagine taking a stand. Consider that you have only one chance to really get things right before getting judged by our Creator. Imagine it is tonight. It's important that we consider everything mentioned. It's important that we consider it. Because in a moment, any of those things could be true. It could happen to you. People can look at you and decide who and what you are, what you're worth and what you're not worth. Your value can increase or decrease based on another's random opinion of you, and whoever else they tell about that opinion. Imagine that you had the power to change that, and then know that you do. You do. You have the power to change everything. You have the power to change the way the world perceives you and perceives others. Every day you have that choice. Every day you choose. Even if you're not choosing anything, that is still a choice. If you sit quietly while you see things happening and you don't say anything, your guilt is still there because you are the voice. You're the voice. We all have one. You are the voice. We must remember to give back. We must remember to give back. We must remember that we come from a higher place, and we must serve that higher place and purpose. Because if we don't do that, what is our purpose here? What is the reason we are here? And then what if you really are held accountable at the end of your days? What if at the end of your days you are standing in front of a Creator that says, but what did you do? How did you change it? How did you fix it? How did you try to make it better? And what if that happens and you have nothing to say, but that you watched it? You knew it was wrong. You watched it, but you just didn't say anything. We are responsible. We are incredible. We are fabulous creatures. We are created from love and light. We are created from love and light. And with that, what we are supposed to do is shine it on everyone. Shine it on everyone. That person is having that really bad day, bad year, bad life. They need a little bit of light to shine on them. You know what it feels like when you're really, really cold. You've been out in the snow playing when you were a child, and then you come inside to the warm house, and your body starts thawing out. It feels like your bones are thawing. Your body just slowly starts getting warmer. That's what light does to people. It melts away all the negativity that is absorbed, either in the past year, past month, or past hour. It's important. It's important. It's a duty. It's a responsibility. It's what we're supposed to be doing, and so often we find reasons not to. So often we find reasons not to give back, not to do better, not to try, not to attempt. We find reasons, and they are insurmountable. They're insurmountable. And so once we start on that path, you will see. They will follow you. They will follow you. They will say, okay, this is what we should be doing. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is the life that we have, and we are supposed to make the most of it. And so my question to you is, are you? Are you, during this holiday season, making the most of your time? Are you giving back? Are you making an impact? Are you putting your footprints on the souls of others? Are you making a difference? And I tell you that no matter what your choice is, whether you think you are making a difference or not, you actually are. It may not be a difference to the positive, but you're always making a difference. You're always touching someone in some way. It's very, very important. It's so important to touch people's lives, children, men, women, the homeless, the downtrodden, the disabled. All these things are so very important. It really is. It's our opportunity for greatness. It's an opportunity for greatness. Don't look at it as a negative. It isn't. It's an opportunity to do better. It's an opportunity to create love. Create love. You plant these seeds everywhere, they grow. They grow. They become larger than life. They become the garden. They become the garden as opposed to the weeds. It becomes the garden. Whenever you plant love, it's like flowers. It's like walking through a meadow of flowers. Every day is better. Every day is better. whenever you touch someone in a positive, loving, caring way, they cannot help but want to do that for someone else. You are planting a garden of flowers every time you give off, every time you emit, every time you embrace, every time you say hello. You make a difference. It's time for a commercial break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for joining me on My Rays of Light.
Most people are held captive by being an employee or self-employed. Heroes Academy helps break these chains that bind them. Our financial school has 2 courses of study. First, one for people who want to transition to become business owners, and the second for students who want to learn to become an investor. For more information, please go to heroacad.com.
Welcome back to the My Rays of Light show. I'm your host, L.M. Young. For just tuning in the first hour, we spoke with Marcia Sneed-Williams and her Women on Water event, which is December 21st, and we also spoke with Joy Chancellor. Her charity, which gives back to the homeless, those absolutely fabulous women. I was also talking a little bit about giving back and the importance of it. It truly is a blessing to give back to people, not only during the holiday season, but all of the time. During the holidays, many people are affected by grief. Grief can be it can work for you or against you. It's a subject that affects all of us at one point or another in our lives, even if it's only the death of an animal or a relationship. A few years ago, my sister passed away unexpectedly. There isn't anything to prepare you for those moments. You can read all the books that you want to. Nothing will prepare you for a moment like that. Nothing will prepare your heart and your soul, your body, your mind for those days. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't come. It just doesn't. And during the holidays especially, it can be a hard time for people that have lost someone that they love. I'm no different than that. My sister passed away January the 4th, right after all of the holidays. It's a very tricky thing for me. It's very tricky because while I mourn her, I know that she's in a better place. She doesn't have any pain or illness. She doesn't have, she's not disappointed. She doesn't have any anxiety. She's not crying. My logical self knows this. It knows this. And for that, I embrace it. I embrace that. During the holidays, though, what happens is, during the holidays, what we're doing is we are marking something. December 25th is going to happen every single year. It's going to come around. It's going to be there. December 25th is always going to come around every year, no matter what happens. So whenever we have loved ones that we have these great experiences with during the holidays, specifically during the holidays, we will have, my sister would come over, she would come visit from New York, and we would do cooking together and laughing together and, playing music and singing and dancing together. We had a wonderful time, and so after my sister passed away, I was left with the reality that even though she's gone, December the 25th is still going to come. It's still going to come. And I needed to not make that a bad thing. I needed to not make this any more difficult for the people that love me than I had to. Because you can take on grief, and grief can take on a life of its own. It can grow. It can become enormous, and it can become dark. It can become anything that you choose for it to be. What I had to learn in my struggle with grief with my sister was that I had to stop feeling bad about being happy. I had to stop hitting myself over the head every time I smiled. I had to not feel bad about being alive, because the biggest problem I had was the guilt that I am still here. And I had to figure out a way to make that okay. I had to figure out a way. She would have wanted me to miss her. My sister would have wanted me to miss her. She would not have wanted me to miss her to death. She would not have wanted that. I'm sure that most of the people that we know wouldn't want that for us. They would want us to be happy, joyous, take a memory and spread it around. Sprinkle it like sugar all over everyone that we know. Take a memory. Tell them about the way that she smiled with that little wrinkle between her eyebrows. Tell them how she laughed so hard. Tell them about all the crazy things that she did and how you laughed and how you loved each other. That is important. It is very important. So while you may be sad at the loss of a person, the loss of a relationship, the loss of the physical self of that person, they're always with you. They're always with you. Whenever you got to know them, or whenever they were born, or whenever you got to love them, they're inside of you. They're all over you. They're all over you. She's been gone for several years now, but I can feel her. I know that she's there. I have conversations with her. I'll tell her, I'm really mad that you're not here right now. This is a great moment in my life. However, my sister knows that. You know that. They want you to be happy. They don't want you to be sad. They want you to remember them, not mourn them. They want you to remember who they were, how they enjoyed life or embraced life, or how they didn't like to eat lima beans, or how they loved to eat Brussels sprouts, or how they loved certain kinds of music and how they wore certain types of clothes. They want you to remember them and share them. And while you might think it's impossible to share another person, I will tell you that every day when I write, I am sharing her. I'm sharing her. And as I said earlier, when I was talking about giving back, sharing is important. Because not only am I handing out certificates of love to people every time I talk about her, I'm healing myself. I'm not going to go to bed and cry. I had a great day. And if I've talked about her a lot, I will go to bed and say, we had a great day. I shared you with everybody until they got sick of hearing about you. And then I didn't care. You take these memories that you're making with these people, take these memories, and whenever the loss happens, no matter what it is, even if it is the loss of a relationship, take the greatest things about them and their connection to you and make that forever great. Do not hold on to the negativity. Do not hold on to the fact that she's no longer here, or the fact that he died, the fact that the relationship ended, the fact that whatever. Don't hold on to the negativity, because that wasn't the most important thing. The most important thing was the way they made you laugh, the way they made you smile, the way that you were prompted to call them above everyone else that you could have called, the way that you felt when they said your name, held your hand, hugged you. It's important that we are able to make a life situation beautiful. Death is a part of life. It's going to happen. We are going to have relationships that fail. We are going to. It's only preparing you for the next part of your life. My sister was a very supportive woman, very supportive. I used to write. I've been writing since I was a teenager. I wrote and wrote and wrote. She loved it. She loved for me to write. I shared my writing with very few people. Had my sister not passed away, I don't know that I would have ever written a book. I was desperate. I was reaching for her in everything. I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. So I thought, I will put her on paper. It became healing for me. It was healing. And not everyone is going to want to write. Not everyone is going to want to sing. Not everyone is going to want to dance. But embrace something. And take all of that energy that you've spent with that person in their life or in that relationship and love it. Just love it. I said the other day on Facebook that with grief comes great pain often. So why do you smile when you're crying? Because in order for there to be great pain, it has to start with great love. We don't miss something that we didn't love. We don't cry about it. We don't mourn it. We don't feel bad about it. If it was a bad situation, you walk away from it and you don't think about it again. So whenever we are sad about something, understand that that sadness comes only because you love to an extreme level. And that is beautiful. And that is beautiful. So you share recipes, you share songs, you share moments, you share pictures, you share an emotion, even if it's a tear. Show someone how important this person was to you in this life. You're going to be surprised how good it makes you feel. You're going to be surprised when at the end of that day, you're not going to feel bad about it. It's not going to make you feel bad. Does the pain ever go away? I asked someone that I love very much once, when will the pain go away? And she said to me in her very loving way, it never goes away. You just get used to it. You get used to it. And that was the most honest and absolutely not the answer that I wanted. It was not the answer that I wanted, but it was the most truthful thing that she could have ever said to me. It's not going to go away. You're always going to have it. It's become like your skin now. You're going to carry it around with you. You miss her. She's not here. You can't call her. You can't visit her. You're going to miss her. And all that does is shows how much she mattered to you. And that is never a bad thing. That is never a bad thing. So while we all go through our own little circles of grief, while we go through this cycle of grief, that some of them will seem absurd to you. They seemed absurd to me. They seemed absurd to me. How can anyone possibly deny grief? Until the day that I decided to call my sister. Wow, how could I think I could call her? I mean, she's been gone for a couple of years. It's denial. It's denial. Your heart is not ready to give her up. That's why I wrote the book, In the Blink of an Eye. It helped me through my cycles of grief. It helped me to talk about experiences that I had with her, times that she was there for me, times that we laughed together and cried together. These times are the greatest times of our lives. And do not let grief take that away from you. It doesn't have to. Write something. I belong to WordPress, and I went to a couple of sites where there was a woman whose son had passed away unexpectedly, and she started creating what she calls Bonnie's Bears, which someone takes a piece of clothing that belonged to someone that passed away, and she makes a bear out of it. And that way you forever have that. Now, that was her healing way. That was her way that she was healing her own sorrow. There was another writer that I followed who wrote about his son who drowned. He was very young. I guess he must have been maybe 3 or 4. He was very young. He drowned. And his way of coping with that death was he created a diary to his son. He created a diary where he wrote entries every day since the child's death. He wrote to him about his day. This is what I did today. Wish you were here. I love you. Every day. And I'm sure that it went on for a couple of years. It's healing. It's a way of healing. We all have our own unique ways of doing it. We are going to heal. We are going to do it in our own time, and we are going to do it in our own way. So I'm just giving you suggestions. This is what works for me. Writing works for me. I can write tons of poetry about my sister. She's the most beautiful creature I've ever known in this life. She is, and you will forever hear me talk about it, about her immaculate blue eyes. You're going to hear me talking about her. She's beautiful. She is. And I will think to myself, they have no idea how beautiful she is. It's my way of healing. We all have to find it. We have to find it. But I implore you not to make it a negative. Do not make it negative. It is important that we take it for the experience it was intended to be and grow with it. What did that person teach you? What did you learn? What would you have been like if you had never met them? All these things are important because it puts things into perspective. We learn why things are a certain way, how things are like this, and we evolve, we become better. We become better because the weight of sadness and negativity becomes very heavy, and it's hard to uplift, to gain elevation, to evolve if you're carrying that weight of negativity. So during this holiday season, I suggest that find a way to have a loving holiday and take the memories of these people with you. It's love. It's all love. In closing, I really want to thank each and every one of you for listening with me today. It's been great. I was really nervous when I got started, but I'm real happy that I was able to do it. I really enjoyed talking with Marcia Sneed-Williams and talking about her Woman on Water event December 21st. And Joy Chancellor is great. I hope to have her back again soon with her book. Always give back. Always give back. It's very, very important. I'm going to give you some links to the radio show. It's blogtalkradio.com/MWHYLLC. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/MWHYRadio. Also, my website, myraysoflight.com. And please, please follow me on Twitter. I would love to hear from you on Twitter. It's my sign-in name for Twitter is LightRays1, the number 1, and Facebook, LM Young. Thank you so very, very much for joining me this evening. We want to thank sponsors, Slantress, and also Danita Roundtree Green, as well as Heroes Academy. We appreciate all that you all do for us every day. I will be seeing you, or at least talking to you, next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, I hope you have a week filled with light and love.
How y'all doing?
want to thank everyone from the May We Help You radio show for tuning in tonight on My Rays of Light with author L.M. Young's premiere show. We look forward to bringing you new shows every day starting in January, so you have definitely that to look forward to. Everyone who has joined us live here on the radio page and called in and are streaming it from other avenues, we definitely thank you so much for being here with May We Help You Radio. And you have the website to look forward to so you can learn more about our guests, and that will be mwhyradio.com in about one more week. Again, thanks so much for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your evening.